Hey, good morning, church family. Great to spend some time with you this morning. I appreciate you tuning in. Welcome back to the Ride In. You see that sun blazing on my face? What a blessing. It's cool out there, but it sure is a blessing to see that sunlight and to see clear roads. And it's Friday morning, February 28th. I think I said in my video yesterday that was the last day of the month, and I don't know why I said that. I think in my mind I was referring to today being the last. Anyway, whatever. Today is the last day of the month, and tomorrow is March 1st. But anyway, this morning I wanted to share with you a thought from the book of Proverbs, and a verse that really means a lot to me and has helped me, has convicted me throughout the years as a preacher, as a Christian. Solomon wrote, "Make no friendship with an angry man, and with a furious man thou shalt not go." I gotta tell you, I grew up around angry people, and I'm not speaking of my family per se. I'm talking about the type of preachers a lot of times, and I'm not painting them all with a broad brush. I understand that there is something about righteous indignation and fiery preaching and true biblical, bold, courageous preaching. That is legitimate. It's a legitimate thing, and there is a righteous anger. Well, I don't know if you've ever noticed it, but I sure have. And you can tell a lot of times when a preacher will get up and he's just angry in the flesh, and he's leveraging his pulpit, using it as a whipping post, and there's just something that's not spiritual about the anger that's coming forth from this supposed spiritual leader. And throughout my life, I've heard a lot of preachers at conferences and college and just different scenarios, and you can just tell the difference between a man who stands up and thunders the word of God with a tear in his eye, and one who is just carnal, in the flesh, all about control and uniformity and all that stuff. It's just really sad. And as I read that verse in the book of Proverbs, "Make no friendship with an angry man, and with a furious man thou shalt go," it just really spoke to me about who I, as a preacher, as a Christian, should be yoking myself up with, the type of people I should associate with. And we can talk about that in the preacher realm, but in our everyday lives within the church, let's bring it down to where we live. I mean, there are people that are just in the flesh, angry at people, angry at circumstances, just always have this fiery indignation, this wrathful personality that I don't know if it's something they went through in the past that's caused them to have bitterness. If they think they're better than everyone, they think everyone is stupid and everyone is wrong and everyone isn't as smart or as good as them, and just everyone frustrates them. And I'm like, man, do you ever look in the mirror and realize that you're a sinner too, and you're messed up too, and you're in need of the grace of God too? It's incredible, just people. And I guess we need to, of course, first look at ourselves, examine our own selves. And I gotta tell you, I mean, there's times I can deal with anger issues. One reason is because when difficult things happen to me in my life, I internalize it, and I don't deal with it. I don't talk to a person like I should, maybe, and confront them, or and I let it fester. I let it build up inside, and I take it and I take it and I take it, and then all of a sudden it just comes out one day, and it's like all of a sudden I find myself, letting my anger come out in the worst of times. It's in the flesh, it's carnal, and I end up hurting people that had nothing to do with what caused me to be angry in the first place. Perhaps that's something that you've done as well. So, before we point the finger at everyone else in the world and say, I need to stay away from these people, maybe people need to stay away from us. Well, God forbid that we would be the type of person that would bring that poisonous wrath and anger and violent spirit into a relationship. That's not something that a believer in Christ should do. So, think about that, Christian. What's the opposite of anger? Probably peace, probably love. The many Christian virtues of patience, temperance, and joy. These are the type of attributes and virtues that should be emanating from our lives, as well as the type of people that we should pursue to spend time with and yoke up with. So let me warn you, you're spending a lot of time with an angry person. If you have a friendship, a connection with an angry or furious person, that's not going to do you much good. You need to either confront that person, or if they're unwilling to recognize their error, then you need to avoid that person. And the same goes for you personally. You need to examine yourself to see if this is a problem in your life, and ask the Lord to help you with it. Confess it to God and say, Father, I have an issue with this. I've got a temper problem. I've got an anger problem. I'm just mad all the time, or a lot of the time. Maybe you need to get help. Maybe you need to get counsel. Maybe you need to talk to the people in your life and say, hey, what's it like to have to deal with me? What's it like to receive the brunt of who I am? Get some feedback on yourself. A lot of times we know we have the issue, but we think no one else knows about it. But the fact is they do. They do. It's glaring. We can't hide it. So anyway, I hope that's something that's thoughtful for you to consider and to meditate upon. Make no friendship with an angry man, and with a furious man thou shalt not go. You have a great day, Christian. I love you. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.